It's that time again. It's story time with Jocelyn. And I have a question for you. Do you watch a lot of TV? Jocelyn does. She loves to watch television. She likes to watch a lot of cartoons. She likes to watch a lot of different things. So I decided today we're going to read a very special story called, from a series I used to read when in the 80s, The Berenstain Bears and Too Much TV. So we're going to have a good time reading this one, right, Jocelyn? And this one's full of stickers. Isn't that cool? Here we go. So, when the TV is on all day, without rest, Mama knows it's too much, and Mama knows best. So we're going to read today The Berenstain Bears and Too Much TV by Stan and Jan Berenstain. So here we go, Jocelyn. It was a fine spring day in Bear Country. The bluebirds were singing, the trout were leaping, and except for one small cloud of dust blowing around behind the school bus, as it came over the hill, the air was sparkling clean. Mama Bear was inside the family's treehouse, fixing Brother and Sister Bear's after-school snack. Do you see the cloud of dust behind the school bus? Brother and Sister Bear got off the school bus and came into the kitchen with hardly a hello. And then they did what they did every single day. They took their milk and cookies into the living room and switched on the what? The TV. There's no question about it, thought Mama. Those cubs are watching way too much television. Later, when Papa Bear came in from his shop and joined Brother and Sister, Mama became even more convinced. There's absolutely no question about it. The whole Bear family was watching way too much television. Where did they run to? The television set, and Mama Bear was mad. She wasn't quite sure how it had happened. Maybe it began with the old fuzzy pictured black and white set broke down, Jocelyn. And they got a brand new, big new colored set. Or maybe it started when Papa put the big antenna up on top of the treehouse and brought in pictures from all over Bear Country. But however it had happened, one thing was for sure. The Bear family was spending more time, Jocelyn, watching television and less time with all the other things they might be doing instead. I know. The Bear family had always had lively conversations around the dinner table, but not lately. Lately, they just sat around and chewed. Lately, we just play with our cell phones instead of talking to family. The cubs had all kinds of fun playing outdoors, but not anymore. They were too busy watching Nutty Bear and the Bear Stooges. Do you still play outside? Right now it's kind of hot, but you know, other times we can play outside. I loved playing outside. That evening after dinner, when Brother and Sister scampered in to turn on the TV, Mama stopped them and said her piece. We have been watching altogether too much television around here. But Mama, said Brother Bear, Nutty Bear is coming on and we'll miss it. And the Bear Stooges, added Sister. Well, we'll just have to miss them, said Mama firmly. And furthermore, she added, you may as well get used to the idea because there's not going to be any television around here for a whole week. 7 days. No TV for a week, said the shocked Cubs. But Mama! What you think about that? She's laying down the line. Never mind the but, said Papa. Your mother is absolutely right. There's a lot more to life than TV. Right, Jocelyn? Like homework, for instance, and reading books, and fresh air and sunshine, and exercise. No TV for a week is an excellent idea. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a sports show I want to watch. Just a moment, Papa, said Mama. No TV for a week means you too. What? Said Papa. You can't be serious. She's very serious. The family, no TV for 1 week. But Mama was very serious. What about the news? Protested Papa. I won't know what's going on in the world if I don't watch the TV news. I don't even watch the news. I read it. Here, try this, said Mama. It's called the newspaper. And the weather, continued Papa. How will we know what the weather will be like? Jocelyn, what do you think? Try this, said Mama. It's called putting your hand out the window to see if it's raining. What are we supposed to do? Just sit around and talk? Asked Brother. That'll be fine for starters, said Mama, settling comfortably into her rocker. I told you, read the news. How do you think they predicted the weather back in the days? But it had been so long since the Bear family sat around and talked that they had sort of forgotten how to do it. We know how that is. It really didn't matter because pretty soon Papa fell asleep and snored so loudly that they wouldn't have heard each other anyways. After school the next day, the Cubs looked longingly at the TV, Jocelyn, but Mama shooed them out to play. She told them to go outside, Jocelyn. Brother's bike had a tire that needed pumping up, and Sister's trike needed a little oil. And while it seemed strange not to be watching television, it was fun riding bikes and trikes again. Sort of. They'll get used to it. That evening, the Cubs worked on their homework, but it wasn't easy with that blank TV just sitting there staring at them. Then Sister noticed an ad in Papa's newspaper, an ad for a TV special, Jocelyn. Oh, Mama, she said, look, a special. No TV for a week means no TV for a week, said Mama. And besides, Mother Nature has much better, something bigger special waiting for us, and we're going to sit outside and watch the stars come out. I wish I could do that. I live in the city. You don't see nothing. Watch the stars come out, complained Sister. I don't know if I could stand the excitement, said Brother. But as they sat under the great sky, a spell came over the bears. It was all so big and beautiful, Jocelyn. The bears stared at the sky. So far, not a single star. That's how I get it. Look, cried Sister, something flying. Bats, said Papa, out from their breakfast for insects. Breakfast? Asked Brother. That's right, asked Papa. Bats sleep during the day, so this is their breakfast time. I see a star!" cried Sister. She had found the first tiny star. I get excited when I find the first one because you don't really find any. Ooh. First star. Soon there were others, and after a while, the whole sky was filled of stars, Jocelyn. And it was very special, more special than anything they'd ever seen on TV. It was a sharper picture too, and a much, much, much bigger screen. Ooh. The Bear family did all sorts of interesting things over the next few days. So interesting that they hardly ever thought of the television set, Jocelyn. They went on a nature walk. Jocelyn and I love that. And watched tadpoles hatch out eggs. They watched an orb spider spin a magnificent web. And they went shopping at the Bear Country Mall. Sister used some of her savings to buy a knitting spool and some yarn. Brother bought a cube puzzle, which is sort of like a Rubik's Cube. And they did have to keep an eye on Papa, though. When they were at the mall, the Cubs caught Papa in the TV store. Sneaking a look at a game show. Another time he went downstairs in the middle of the night for a peek at the late, late movie. But Mama and the Cubs stopped him just in time. Papa's being sneaky. What do you think? The next evening, it was the last day of their no TV week, Jocelyn, and the Bear family was having a lively conversation at their dinner table. Yay! They all agreed that the week had been a success, Jocelyn. But Brother had a question. "Mama," he asked, "what is it you don't like about TV? What do you have against it?" "Goodness," said Mama, "I don't have anything against TV. I like it. What I'm against is TV habit. Sitting in front of it all day long, day after day, like little old stumps waiting for a dry rot to set in." TV is also on an iPad. Just a little something to let you know. An iPad is just a small little, even an iPhone is just a small little TV. This is all electronics, I'm telling you. "Well," said Brother, "tomorrow I'm going to get a whole bunch of snacks and watch TV all day." "Me too," said Sister. "Me too," said Papa. Do you think they learned their lesson? I don't know. But the only one who did watch it all day was Papa. Brother got interested in his cube puzzle and finally solved it. Sister started knitting a rug on her knitting spool. And finally, even Papa had enough and decided to bait his hook for a couple of those leaping trouts. That's it. What did y'all think of the Berenstain Bears and the Too Much Television? That was a good story and a good lesson. Sometimes, let's do a little bit something extra. TV's not everything, right, Jocelyn? We've got books. We've got art. We've got outside when it's not too hot. Where if you're out swimming, you're not watching television. Exercise. There's all kinds of things you could do other than just sitting on the couch and being a couch potato watching television. Now, I do that some days, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell you I don't, because I do get a little lazy sometimes and watch a lot of television all day long. We all do it. But some days, do something different. So that's my goal for you this week, that you'll do something one day other than watch television. I hope you enjoyed this story and Storytime with Jocelyn edition. I loved this story. This was a sweet little lesson from the Berenstain Bears. We might read more of those in the future. Next month in August, we are going to be doing a lot of stories on trains. Jocelyn has a new train that she got in Kentucky, and it says Jopa, which is her initials, Jocelyn Oreen Pamela Adams. So next month, we're going to be reading all about trains. So I hope you enjoy that. We're going to save Thomas. I know everybody thinks of Thomas the Tank Engine when we're talking about trains, but we're going to have a special edition coming in the future with Thomas. So we'll be reading that at another time. We're going to read other stories with trains. So I hope you join us next month, and have a blessed week. And thank you for joining us, excuse me, for this edition of Storytime with Jocelyn. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.